Hello everyone, and welcome to this crude oil futures review using SmartTools for SmartLevels. The chart is a 0.2 range bar chart based on tick data. The black bars from the beginning of the chart represent the end of the overnight trading activity. Today was a big news day. I'm starting off with the 0.2 chart to better show you the price action. This is not a chart I traded from, however, I will get to that chart in a second. So this market opened up here right in this congested area of SmartLevels. These blue bars did not trigger. This is the first setup validated by the 95.70 position trading level. Does go down to reach the first profit target, trying to poke through this swing low here. This would have been a reasonable trade to take if you were not interested in going much past this swing low. The 95.35 levels clearly going to act as support, and it did. The market reversed higher from here. This long setup is validated by the 95.70 level, too close to the news, not in a good position vis-a-vis the its relationship to the position trading level at 95.94. The market pulls back going into the news. This is 1 minute after the release of the news. Although this setup bar is not touching any of the levels, it's sandwiched between these two levels, and because of the price action, I consider this validated by the SmartLevels. The entries above 95.94. Both profit targets are reached in very short order as price was attracted to this overhead 96.30 level. Pulled back, gave us a textbook trend continuation setup. Only reached the first profit target. Since it only reached the first profit target, you would ignore these blue bars in here for additional long setups because there's no trend continuation qualification. This setup bar here is validated by the 96.30 level. However, you can see it's a losing trade, and I would not take this trade because the entry is so close to 95.94 and the target's on the wrong side of it. The market went higher from here, actually just kind of drifted up into this 97 level. This is the setup bar to take a trade from. This is at 9:10. The setup bar is validated by the 97 level. The trade triggers goes on to reach both profit targets and higher. There's no pullback trend continuation tool until here. You can see this would have been a losing trade had you taken it. Then the market went down. We're in no man's land here. There's no smart levels to work off of. This short setup barely misses reaching the first profit target. Goes higher. This short setup does reach both profit targets and continue on down to the 97 level. Where it pulls back, gives us a trend continuation setup, which is validated by the smart level. The entries on the right side. This is a great trade to take. As you can see, we've already reached the first profit target, and we are just about to reach the 96.30. We just did the 96.30 position trading level and perhaps this second profit target. I'm going to now switch to the 0.1 chart to show you the trade that I did take. Okay, here we are, same time period. This is just after 8 o'clock, 8:05. Here's a short setup validated by the smart level. The target's on the wrong side of it. If you took this trade, you should be very careful around this smart level. However, you can see the market has no trouble going through it and lower, reaching both profit targets and even the second lower position trading level. Here's a trend continuation setup, which you wouldn't take because of the entries on the wrong side of the position trading level. The market goes up higher, generates this long setup. This is 5 minutes before the news. It's a valid trade setup. However, it's too close to the news in my opinion, and as you can see, it only reaches the first profit target and the overhead position trading level. This is the setup to take at 8:30. This just as the news is released, the setup bar is validated by the smart level, and it goes on to reach both profit targets and this overhead position trading level. Starts pulling back, and this long setup is validated by the day trading level and reaches the first profit target. I'm now going to go forward a little bit here and show you the trade setup that I did take. Okay, you can see this market went higher, pulled back, held support at this position trading level, and just drifted around it, didn't go higher. And I got interested in this market right here with the red arrow. This is at 8:43, 13 minutes after the release of the news. The setup bar is validated by the smart level, and it reaches both profit targets. I actually exited I was shooting for the few more ticks here, but I didn't quite get it, and I just went out at the market here for a little less than 270 on the second contract. The market went higher. This long setup, I was done trading at this point, but this setup bar here generates a nice trade. The setup bar is not quite validated by the smart level, just barely misses touching it. However, the entry's on the right side and both profit targets are reached. The market pulls back, generates this textbook trend continuation setup at 8:59. The setup bar is validated by the position trading level, goes on to reach both profit targets, pulls back, reaches the first profit target, consolidates, and then just drifts up into this overhead position trading level. I'm going to go forward now and show you the rest of the trades on this chart. Okay, once the market drifted up to this position trading level, pulled back, this long setup bars, the setup to take, it's now validated by the smart level. Both profit targets are reached. A pullback, both profit targets. This is a little pullback right here, so this could be another trend continuation setup. Reaches both profit targets. You can see the market's moving very quickly here. We're in no man's land here. These setup bars don't trigger until this setup bar here. Not validated by anything, however, does reach both profit targets. A trend continuation setup here. Both profit targets. Another trend continuation setup here. Let me see how it does. Also both profit targets. Let's go to the end of the chart. Okay, we're still in no man's land up here. Certainly your choice to trade. In fast-moving markets, you've got the odds in your favor that these targets are going to be reached. And in this case, it did. Trade triggered, both profit targets, pullback. This was a losing trade. It didn't quite reach the first profit target. A pullback, and this short setup did trigger, reach both profit targets and this lower position trading level. The market just started drifting around in here. It's just drifting around in no man's land, and I don't really see anything in here that I would consider taking a trade from. And so the end of the chart. So that's all she wrote. That's all for now.